Never mind FIRE, F.I.R.E, financial independence, retire. Never mind that. Plan on retiring broke. What do I mean by that? Plan on it. Because regardless of how much you spend, how much time you spend saving, when you retire, um, you're going to spend all of it. Even if you have money left over in the bank, well, not left over, well, left over, or even if you have a savings, when you retire, that's for your retirement. When you retire, you are going to spend it. Okay, whether you buy that property that you um, want to live on, wherever it is, um, or you buy an RV or a conversion, or whether you buy a liveaboard, catamaran, sailboat, whatever it is that you uh, where you decide to retire and what you decide to do, you save up your money for that, and then once you quit working and you buy that, that money is spent, and whatever you have saved up, that's for taxes or insurance or whatever. That money is accounted for, so you can't spend it. So plan on retiring broke. When you retire, the last thing you want to do is uh, go have to go looking for work. The goal, as I see it, is you retire so that you don't have to work. You can do what it is that you want to, regardless of there's any money involved. So the question you ask yourself when you retire is it worth it? Think about who benefits from you working and saving. Your employer, uh, bank, financial advisors, stockbrokers, account managers, everybody but you, because everybody is either making money off of you or you are paying them to tell you what to do. Retirement is the exact opposite. You do what it is you want to do. You tell people if you want to do something. The thing about uh, financial advisors and banks, investment brokers, that kind of stuff, is they want to make as much money off of you as they can. So they're going to keep you working and telling you, you're not ready just right yet, and depending on what your income is, they will set you on a track to milk you for as long as they can. And then when you are no longer profitable to them, then that's when they'll tell you, all right, I think you're ready. For some people, okay. But whatever it is that you have saved up, it is not going to be enough to carry you through. There really aren't, and there aren't a lot of studies on people who retired voluntarily to come to a consensus on whether this is a good strategy or not. I haven't found a lot of studies on retired people that are still in their prime years. They could do anything they wanted to do. They could have a career that are retired. That's the reason why I've never liked 401ks. It's a crapshoot. Every time the market goes down, a lot of people lose their 401ks. If you uh, take money out early, bam, you get penalized. 401ks came about as an alternative to pension because pensions were becoming fewer and fewer as people didn't stay at jobs as long. Unions were disappearing, factories and mines and stuff were closing down. So it was an alternative. But like I said, it was a crapshoot. Pensions were dependent on uh, whoever held on to them. The investments, and say you work for a city, the city goes bankrupt, um, or you work for uh, a factory and it shuts down, or they downsized. That was a really big thing, and I remember in the '80s when they were downsizing, laying off people. Um, if you had 22 years and you thought you was going to work 30, then bam, your pension is gone. Um, and that's when 401s came about. I think it's more so hope than anything. People pay into it, but they take that money and invest it. It's not like it's sitting in an account drawing interest. Somebody is trying to make money off of that. So that's why I've never been a fan of 401ks. I remember when they first came about. And then, like I said, Enron, that was the first big, there's a problem with 401ks, whatever. Those aren't the only problems with 401ks, but you get the picture. I mean, there was Bernie Madoff. Some people just stole the money, but no, had never had any intentions of paying anybody any dividends or, making payments or giving that money back. So, and you never know until it happens. All right, Social Security. When Social Security first started as a safety net, it was genius. People paid in the money, I guess, accrued interest or whatever. After you retired, that you would no longer be able to work because life expectancy wasn't as long back then. So the government made payments to you for a couple of years, and then you died. Um, but I guess they never saw life expectancy going up. So I mean, life expectancy has went up 20 years since um, Social Security first started. Not only that, um, they had a surplus in the beginning, so that money started going to other places. Now it's not enough people paying in to support the number of people that are retiring. It's just a bunch of problems. So, I mean, if you're my age, I wouldn't count on Social Security being there in 25 years, and they'll probably in that time raise um, the retirement age again. So you may have to work until you're 70 now, 75, whatever. I'm not counting on that. I'll be all right. All right, this is coming from a retired person. I've been retired for 5 years now. Once you have your needs met, uh, no rent, no mortgage, all you have to pay is taxes and a phone bill. Phone bill is about $60. Once all your bills are met, no rent, mortgage, I'm off the grid, no light bill, I got 2 wells, all the water I need. Let's see, propane, I use about in the summer, maybe if I'm here, uh, maybe $3 a month. Same with gasoline. Uh, I have a gas water pump, well pump. I pump as much water as I need. I have smaller pumps to. Once I put it in tanks, and then that's it. So about 60, $70 a month. That's it. Yeah, pretty much. Food, I can do. I could do uh, a whole nother video on food. There is no such thing as a food shortage. The problem with hunger is one, logistics, two, politics. Uh, yeah, no problem with food. I actually eat better now. I mean, way better now than when I was working. When I was working, it was, dollar menu. I wasn't starving, but I mean, it was a lot of eating out. And the reason why I ate out was because I was working. I couldn't go back home. I went to culinary school to be called chef, not to learn how to cook. So cooking has never been uh, something that I couldn't do. I like to do it, but I just had no time. Um, it's not like I wanted to make really exotic, extravagant, luxurious meals. I had enough of that in training. You know, caviar, all the finest cuts of meat, and seafood, and rare, truffles, all that kind of stuff. So um, I like, you know, sometimes a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich, whatever. But food is um, not really a big expense. Yeah, I'll get into food later. Um, but after your needs are all met, anything else that you want to do, it's not a question of how much. It's, do I really want to do it, and what do I have to do? Um, a lot of the deals, a lot of the best deals to be had are when everyone else is at work. You want to go traveling, you travel off season. If you want a deal on a car, you buy it at the end of the year. Uh, New Year's Eve. It's the best time you're gonna. I mean, that is the best day to get a deal on a car. Is New Year's Eve. They'll give it to you for way cheaper uh, than cost. Um, you go to the grocery store, you miss the day where they're giving out, meat and fresh vegetables and all that kind of stuff. Um, you go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the best days to get deals, whether it be a hotel, um, movies, at lunchtime, no crowds, uh, no lines. That's another perk of being retired. You can do what you want to do and not have to wait in line. You don't have to pay full price. A lot of times you'll get uh, things for free. People waive rules and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, as long as you polite, don't walk in expecting anything. And when you are retired, you're a lot more relaxed. So you're easier to deal with, and people will warm up to you and offer you things. You can it's easier to network because you're not pressured. You're basically just talking to somebody because you have the time. You might want to brighten up their day or crack a joke. Um, you know, there's no pressure. So what ends up happening is you end up getting opportunities arise or present themselves to do things that you may have always wanted to do, um, or things that you are good at and haven't done in a while. And when you take that opportunity, or you say, "Oh, I can do that," or "Oh, I would love to," without even thinking of money being involved, and then once somebody offers you or says that it pays, that's even better. So um, that's where a lot of your income is going to come from when you retire, because I can't think of a millennial or a Gen Xer that is going to, not unless, nah, if you're a gamer, then okay, yeah, You know, you get your room, you set up your gaming console, you know, you got your chair, you got all your monitors and stuff. Yeah, you can stay in a hole for months on end. Kudos to you. You know, if that's what it is you want to do, have fun, knock yourself out. But for most people, sitting at home watching Family Feud and old reruns of the dating game. I don't know anybody my age or younger that would do that. You don't use social media as much. Um, at least I don't. I don't. Yeah, yeah. People do that to stay connected, I guess, to cope or they lonely or what. That's nonsense. I mean, social media is it's it's really sad that that's the only kind of connection that a lot of people have because it will leave you feeling empty, um, lonely, and you cannot express emotion. Um, I'm affectionate. I like to get hugs. You can't do that on social media. You know, talking to whoever, people you meet, shake hands, daps, um, let's go have something to eat impromptu, or, you might run into somebody when you go out and you just happen to be out and you stop and you eat, you know, you're more likely to chat someone up because you're not in a hurry, looking at your phone, wondering what you missed. You are experiencing things. You are living your life. You're not a human doing. You are a human being. And it's sad to see that. And that's one of the things your whole perspective will change. Hopefully for the better. I mean, yeah, I guess if you are forced into retirement, then you would have a negative view of it. But when you choose to, then your outlook on life changes for the better. You get to, like I say, live your life. You're not a human doing anymore. You're a human being. Um, I don't think that people should have just one goal in life. That is real sad. That's really sad. That's gonna be the next video. Uh, but just to have one goal in life, that is really just to have one goal in life. That is really that's sad to me. It's really sad. Um, I'm gonna throw some stones. I'm throwing rocks and I'm stepping on toes in the next video. Okay, but to wrap this video up, um, yeah, plan on retiring broke. It's not as bad as it sounds. And I'm really this is a PSA because I'm telling you ahead of time. Believe it or not, I hope you do. Because if you think that you are going to have enough, regardless of how much you save, um, once you retire, that money is gone. So I would say don't spend as much time, don't spend your whole life trying to save up all of this money, and then when you retire, you disappointed and you depressed. You spend all your money, you don't have time to make any more, um, and then you find out that you were lied to, that you were taken advantage of, that you were stolen from. Um, don't do that. If you want and retiring is really when you start living your life. If you think about it, and people say, oh, I want to go, travel the world and and do all that kind of stuff, and you can't do that while you're working. So if you want to learn how, I don't have a wide body, Lamborghini sitting back there. That's ginger. I'm gonna make me some ginger beer and some ginger rum. Um, so I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had still been, and I mean, I was in business for 30 years, but the thing was, is that it was my business. I ran, I mean, There were times when I was working 110 hours a week, but the thing was, it was worth it. I mean, I was getting the money. That was my business. I ran it. I wasn't complaining. Um, but when the money was no longer there, the investment of time and money was not worth it. This was the best option that I had. Now, 10 years ago, no. Now, yes. Um, but yeah, I mean, I cannot say it enough. Plan on retiring broke, regardless of how much you spend, how long you spend saving it. Once you retire, all that money is gone. Look at how many people are retired and trying to sell you something, trying to be like me. I'm not selling a book. People said I should write a book about all of the stuff I got myself into. Not really my style. But I'm not selling you anything. I'm just asking for a like and a subscribe. And I'm gonna keep on making these videos. For a while, this retirement is the new hustle. That's just a series. Um, Once I feel like I've explained everything, then my videos are gonna go back to the stuff I get into. I'd rather do that than post a bunch of pictures on Instagram or write a book. It's really boring. All right, so next video is going to be how your job kills your dreams. All right, take it easy.